Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. So Samsung is now known for its much faster update cycle as compared to some other brands that even have stock Android in them. So when I bought this S20 FE 5G, I had bare minimum expectations, mostly because I was using OnePlus devices in past and they were really great in terms of software updates, but now that has changed. Anyways, so a few days back I got this OneUI 4 update for my S20 FE 5G. And I was expecting some issues, but it is quite good with decent stability. But it still has some minor bugs, which I'll talk about later in this video. And while I forced my device to install this firmware from Switzerland version, so that I can share with you guys what the experience is like before you get an update. So without further delay, let's have a look at this OneUI 4.0 on the Samsung S20 FE 5G. And before we get into all that, please make sure to tap on that subscribe button and press that bell icon if you haven't already. It will keep you posted with all the latest videos from the channel. And just in case you want to watch this video in Hindi language, here is a card to the BitTech Hindi channel. So let's get into the features and whatever changes this new update brings to the table for us. First up, you should wait for the official OTA update to come in your settings, as that would be for the best. And you will have all the features working like that call recorder, which is disabled in some regions. Now starting off with the benchmark scores first, which will tell us how the performance has been as compared to Android 11. So on the Android 11, the device used to score 883 in single core and 3134 in the multi-core score. And after this Android 12 update, the device now scores 811 in single core and 3207 in the multi-core score. And there isn't much change here, so that's good I guess, even for an initial version. Similarly on the Android 2, the device scores 6,41,000 points, which is quite decent on paper. So let's see what the real world usage will look like. Now coming to the launcher, and you can see some changes here and there. And surprisingly, just like Material U on Pixel phones, there is some dynamic theming on this one, which I really appreciate, as Samsung right now is one of the only brands that have implemented this feature in their custom skin. And just in case you are wondering, it works really well, and some of the system specific apps from Samsung do adapt to this theming. But I wish they could force it on every application, as it would look quite uniform. So being a stock Android fan, I like what they have done here. You'll also be able to see new widgets in this OneUI 4.0, and we now have a bit more information that will really help a user in day-to-day life. Now coming to the lock screen, and here we have some minor add-ons, like now you can change the media output directly from your lock screen, which is very helpful and handy at the same time, just in case you use multiple devices at the same time. You also get some quick shortcuts that will vary as per the application, and there is also this voice recorder, which I'm not really sure if it was there or not, but if it was, then please ignore. So with the help of this new recorder, you can basically record voice memos, which will help you in remembering the grocery list that you wanted to buy in the first place. You can also plan your day with the help of the calendar widget, and this double tapping on it will help you to create a new event, which is quite handy. The always on display is still quite amazing and customizable like it was before. But now we also have the option to turn on the AOD whenever we get a new notification. And this not only saves the battery, but really gives you more control over the always on display. The quick settings panel has also got some minor tweaks, unlike the complete overhaul with stock Android, and it basically retains a similar UI while making the toggles a bit more compact. And the brightness bar at the bottom seems to be a bit larger now. The dark mode is also a bit improved and adapts a bit better with the new home screen and icons. Oh yeah, and one more thing that I like about this OneUI 4 is the charging animation, and it has now been revamped and it looks more in line with this new UI. Also the effects will vary as per the charging speed, which is quite subtle and informative to the end user. Apart from this, the Samsung keyboard application has also got a bunch of new features, like custom emoji stickers and support for add-ons like Grammarly, which will help you in editing and typing your mail perfectly. Though my personal preference here is Google Keyboard as usual. Also the sharing menu has been revamped and looks a bit cleaner now, as the icons have more spacing between them, which improves the overall user experience. Coming to the camera part now, and here as we know, things have changed a bit, and I think this was much needed. So as you can see, this is what the new UI looks like, and it's a bit cleaner than before. The options are also better arranged in the video mode, and we have some new options, like we can record HDR 10+ videos, which is definitely good, but the disadvantage is that it is restricted to 1080p at 30 fps max. Overall, the camera quality from the back camera still remains quite good, and this is one of my favorite devices to shoot from, and especially that 30x zoom is quite fun to play around with sometimes. Rest, as you can see in the image samples, the image quality just speaks for itself, but I am still testing it and I did not find any major changes here. The gallery application also got some new features, like in the story mode it shows videos now, along with some improvements to the search. Plus now you can edit the date and time of a photo just in case you want to. Along with this, the photo and video editor has also got some new features, like you can now add emojis to your photos and make some more tweaks to the colors. And yeah, do you remember Samsung has their own flavor of animojis or emojis? So you can now set your AR emoji in various places, which might be a fun feature for some. Coming on to the multitasking features. So basically Samsung has added the option to pin the control of pop-up windows, which makes it easier to use multiple apps at once. And also the pinch to resize in picture-in-picture mode does help in watching a video from any screen. And using multiple videos with edge panels used to be quite difficult as well. But in the Android 12 update, you can now keep your current application in view while using the edge panels, so that blur effect will not apply to the current application and you will be able to see more at once. And I appreciate these changes for what it's worth. Apart from this, the device care option in settings has also this new UI that feels more user friendly and basically tells the condition of device with the help of emojis. So you can diagnose your device for any problems with this application as well, which can be handy in some scenarios. Also, like the Pixel phones, we now have the option to stop charging the battery at 85%, which will translate to a better battery health in the longer term. And if you were wondering if these features end here, well, they obviously don't. And I'll leave it up to you guys to explore other minor things. Hint, there are a lot of them. And there are still a lot of things left actually. So first up in the privacy improvements, you get this new location option to choose from, along with camera and privacy indicators, which are a good add-on to the Android 12. Other than that, in the customization part, the Samsung Good Lock module now supports third-party icon packs, which means you can make your UI to look something like this without installing any third-party launcher. And I think it is a nice add-on, to be honest. By the way, for this you need the theme park add-on from the Galaxy store, and you can customize n number of things in the UI with it. If you need a detailed video on how to customize your device, do let me know in the comment section down below. Now talking about the battery life and the issues that I found on this device after this OneUI 4 update. Well, the battery life to begin with has been fine, but I feel it has been slightly reduced as compared to OneUI 3, where I used to get around 7 hours and more on a single charge. And now it varies between 6.5 to maximum 7 hours, and the final 5% drops in like 3 to 5 minutes, which might be a software bug. Speaking about bugs, I found a couple of issues with the notification shade, and for some reason the icons just look messed up once, but that didn't happen again. Apart from that, this blank notification issue occurred a couple of times in the past few days, which was annoying, but a quick reboot fixes it, and yeah, it is definitely an issue. Also, the keyboard mistouch is still there, but it is quite less than before, so that's a win, I guess. And other than that, the one-handed mode sometimes behaves weirdly with the YouTube application and triggers it instead of closing the video, so that's a minor issue that I found. Apart from this, there was nothing groundbreaking that affected my functionality, and I feel they can fix all these really soon with the January update, as this build still has December 21 security patch. Other than that, the performance has been fine to decent, and there are no major lags as such till now. And I'll try to make a follow-up video just in case I find something else. So that's pretty much it for this OneUI 4 update on the S20 FE 5G. And if you do end up liking this video, make sure you press the thumbs up button if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.